This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and productive day. And in the news this morning for August 24, 2023, 79-year-old Clarendon man found dead with multiple gunshot wounds. A 79-year-old man was gunned down inside his home in Yorktown, Clarendon yesterday. He has been identified as a Parnell Scott, a retiree of Yorkers Circle in Yorktown. It is reported that early Wednesday morning, residents heard several loud explosions and summoned the police. The police made several checks in the area, however, the scene was not located. About 7:30 a.m., residents discovered the elderly man's body in his house and summoned the police. On arrival, the body was seen in the house on its back with several gunshot wounds. He was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. This comes a week after a 62-year-old man was found with his head bashed in Lioneltown, also in the parish. On Monday, a 52-year-old man was also fatally shot along the Rowington Main Road in Milk River in the parish. He has been identified as Dwight Simpson of Preddy in Milk River. It is reported that Simpson was riding his bicycle along the main road when residents heard loud explosions and summoned the police. On arrival of the lawmen, Simpson was found on his back with gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Clarendon has recorded a total of 67 murders up to August 12. Probe underway after off-duty cop shoots man during confrontation. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing an incident in which a man was shot by an off-duty policeman during a dispute in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Tuesday. The man was shot after he reportedly threw a cup of soup into the face of the policeman. The incident occurred about 6 p.m. along Walks Road. It is reported that the police constable was driving his private motor vehicle along Walks Road when he saw a vehicle blocking the roadway. The policeman reportedly shouted to the driver to remove the vehicle. The 47-year-old driver, a sales representative, reportedly refused. It is alleged that the driver, who had a foam cup containing soup, threw the soup at the policeman who was sitting in his vehicle. Investigators say the constable exited the vehicle and confronted the other driver. The incident turned ugly when it was alleged that the driver attempted to pull a firearm from his waistband. The constable reportedly pulled his weapon and opened fire on the driver, hitting him multiple times. The policeman seized the driver's loaded Glock pistol along with 17 rounds of ammunition and called for assistance. The injured man was rushed to hospital where he was admitted. Third fisherman now reported missing from Clarendon seafaring trip. A third individual from Clarendon has been reported missing from what is emerging as an ill-fated fishing expedition. 39-year-old Decardo Reed, fisherman of Rocky Point, Clarendon, has been missing since Monday, August 14. He is of dark complexion, slim build, and about 175 centimeters or 5 feet 9 inches tall. Reports from the Lioneltown police are that Reed was last seen at the Rocky Point beach at about 5 p.m. He was wearing a black pullover. Reed was among other men who boarded a sea vessel for Manatee Bay, St. Catherine, with the group scheduled to return on Tuesday, August 15. However, none of the men have been heard from since then. The two other men, Hilroy Reed and Denroy Morgan, were previously reported missing. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Decardo Reed, Hilroy Reed, and Denroy Morgan is being asked to contact the Lioneltown police at 876-986-3233, the police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Suspect in Danielle Rowe's murder to face ID parade. The female suspect nabbed in connection to the abduction and murder of 80-year-old Danielle Rowe is to face an identification parade shortly, the police have revealed. The arrest of the woman about a week and a half ago was the first major breakthrough in the case 2 months after Danielle's slaying. Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime and security, Fitz Bailey, told the news on Wednesday that she is scheduled to be placed before an ID parade on or before Friday of this week. DCP Bailey said that following her arrest, the woman was remanded into custody by the court for 10 days and several investigative leads were actioned. The investigation continues. There are other lines of inquiries that are being pursued, he said. DCP Bailey had previously announced that the woman was picked up in the corporate area on Friday, August 11 at about 2:30 p.m. On June 8, Danielle was abducted after leaving Brayton Primary School in Portmore, St. Catherine. She was later found on Roosevelt Avenue in St. Andrew with her throat slashed. She died at Bustamante Hospital for Children 2 days after the ordeal. Speaking with the news on the day of the suspect's arrest, DCP Bailey noted that Danielle's murder, which has touched the nerve of Jamaicans, including members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, has been given the highest priority, stressing that every possible angle is being looked at and every lead is being pursued. The Deputy Police Commissioner at the same time implored the citizens to provide any information they have that they think can further assist with the investigation. Danielle was laid to rest on July 23. JTA unhappy with the time being taken to implement school security measures. JTA President Leighton Johnson says that while the educators appreciate the efforts of the Ministry of Education to resolve issues plaguing the sector, they are still unhappy with the length of time it takes for policy decisions to be implemented. Mr. Johnson was referring specifically to planned security measures outlined by Education Minister Favour Williams, including perimeter fencing and the installation of CCTV cameras in schools.
When we have to wait a year, 2 years, there are students and teachers who had to endure dangerous situations, had to endure unsavory situations, had to endure uncomfortable situations during that period. So we need the ministry to move apace in getting things implemented. We have teachers and students who will be in school next week, and there are still schools that have fencing needs. In terms of replacing watchmen with CCTV cameras, I don't think that is a practical solution. I think the cameras will assist in securing. There is the need for the physical presence of a watchman or a security guard to assist with the monitoring of the gates, to assist with patrolling, to monitor the compound in the night.
Recent security incidents at schools have included the invasion of compounds by mentally ill people, as well as the abduction and the murder of 8-year-old Danielle Rowe from Brayton Primary in St. Catherine. In response to the complaint from the JTA, Education Minister Favour Williams admitted that there are issues affecting the timely completion of projects, but she insisted that the necessary capital funding is in place, which means that projects can be implemented more quickly. Citing termite treatment as an example, she said the procurement department has been directed to craft framework agreements and devise a list of pre-approved contractors for various projects. For school fencing, she lamented that the tender process is done for one school at a time, suggesting instead that it should cover work at multiple schools in one instance.
And we're looking at that for other areas of fencing, for example. Why do you have to go to tender for a single school to do fencing? Why can't you go to tender for 20, 40, 50 schools at a time, right, for fencing? Because we know the things that need to be done. You know, we have to go to tender for surveying expertise, to survey the borders and so on. Why can't we put that all together and put a tender for that rather than the one by one by one by one?
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.